Hi, it's Chundria. On this episode of The Chundria Show, I'm a special guest on Word with Ty Brownlow. Then you'll see highlights from my 100 city strong birthday mixer. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Here, no one is worthless, no story is worthless, and we're talking about the Hollywood hustle, myth versus reality. And I have a very, very special guest today on my show. Let me give you a few words about my guest. Noble, creative, determined, and most importantly, wife. My wife, Miss Chundria Brownlow. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, baby.
It's an honor to be on your show.
Well, thank you. And I mean, honestly, as I said before, this is about Hollywood hustle, myth versus reality. I know you've been out in LA longer than I have. I've been out here for almost 2 years. You've been out here for almost 6.
Right.
So you know a lot more to Hollywood than I would ever know. So let's just get right into it, all right? All right. So my first question for you is, where are you from?
I'm from where you're from, the amazing city, Chicago, Illinois, born and raised. My entire family is still there, and awesome place where I met you, 7 years ago.
All right.
Chicago,
Chi-Town. All right, so growing up in Chicago, did you ever idolize any women of color in TV or film?
You know what, I always was inspired by Oprah. And I know so many young girls, so many women are inspired by Oprah, but I loved how multifaceted Oprah was. Although I ended up becoming a television talk show host, I love that she created. I love that she wasn't like just a talk show host, I love that she had Harpo Studios right in our city, right in downtown Chicago, where she was creating television and film projects. I love that she acted. Remember, she was in the Women of Brewster plays, and she was a part of The Color Purple, and then she started like creating her own film and TV projects. So that's one thing that I love about Oprah, is like not that she's just this legendary talk show host, but that she was so multifaceted. So she was probably one of my early inspirations.
Okay, all right. So being that Oprah is one of your inspirations, and eventually you got into media and to being a talk show host, what were some of your earliest moments in media?
You know what? I attended Columbia College, downtown Chicago. I studied TV production directing. My degree is in television. My concentration was production directing. And then before that, I was in the High School Summer Institute, which is a program that Columbia has in my senior year in high school. And so I went through that program where I took my first TV production class. But in our family, I really give respect to my dad, because my dad works in media, and my dad we also always had video cameras and things like that in the house. So I was able to be free, I was the one, when we had the family functions, I was the one holding the camera, saying hey, say hi, say a message, do this. I was the one taking the picture. So I just feel although I don't think that I really identified that I was in my pathway, I think that it was always a part of me. I can remember being 11 or 12 years old, pretending to be a radio DJ, and this, GCI was and still is the #1 radio station in Chicago. And I used to, this is back in the day, because I'm 37, so this is back when you could record the radio on the radio.
Okay.
I would record my voice, and I would be hey, you're listening to WCFS on the radio. This next song I'm about to play is Crisscross, Jump, and I would play. So I was making dubs. But I really attribute that to my parents, because I had although I was playing, I kind of had the tools to kind of ignite the creativity in me. So early on as a child, definitely playing around, but then I went to school in the arts. So.
Okay, all right. So you're from Chicago. You went to school for media and school for the arts, pretty much as well. You could have stayed in Chicago, launched a TV show. You could have went to New York to launch a TV show. You chose to come out to LA to launch a TV show. What led to that decision? What made you come here?
I did a television entertainment show in Chicago back in 2007 through 2010-ish, 11-ish, it kind of wrapped it up. And then maybe around 2012, I kind of decided, I went from red carpet to, I think I want to be a talk show host. It was just like an idea, like I want to do something different. I had spent years doing like red carpet events in Chicago to some of like the most industry's best events, a lot of celebrity events and things like that. But I liked being able to set the standard in terms of time, because I feel like when you do red carpet, you're on that time. You're bombarded. You're on a crowded red carpet, and you're kind of getting pushed around. And if you're like low man on the totem pole, you might not even get an interview that day, or you get the interview and they're like, okay, 2 minutes and that's it. And you do all this hustle and bustle. And the defining moment for me was that I wanted to create a talk show so I could set the time. And I could pick the guests, and I could run the show, and nobody would get to dictate to me, like, you don't get the interview today. You know how many times I've gone and parked and gotten dressed and gone down for red carpet events to leave empty-handed with no interview, Wow. Oh, they're not doing an interview, only doing 3 interviews and they're gone. Oh, they're late, so they're not gonna do any interviews today. So, by the time I hit like 2013, when deciding to move to LA, it was December. So really the only factor was the cold, I'll be honest. And the second factor was that I had a cousin in San Diego, my favorite cousin in the world, and she and her family lived in San Diego. So it was like, I can make it in LA, I have a little bit of family 2 hours away in San Diego, and it's warmer there. I'm already from Chicago where it's brutal. So those really were my 2 factors.
Okay, all right. Nothing wrong with that as well. So as a woman of color, you talk about having your show and producing and this and what have you. What are some of the highs and lows that you have experienced in producing your own show?
I would say, I kind of beat to my own drum. I really feel like I moved out here and I've just always wanted to do things my way. I never really felt like, I feel like I create opportunities for myself. And I feel like a lot of people in LA, not all people, but I always say this, I always say there are more people looking for opportunities than there are people that are creating them. And so, since 06 or 07, I've really just taken my ideas and I just ran with them. I never really felt like, I never really applied to a lot of on-air jobs, I'll be honest, because I wanted to do things my way. If there's a long line of people waiting to get an on-air job, I'll put myself on there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll create my own show and put my own guests on there, and I'll produce it myself. It's not that hard to do. So yeah, I don't feel like there was really, I would say probably finance is the biggest hurdle that I probably ever had to get over. Because I've always kind of done my own thing. So. Okay. The money part, because LA is an expensive city, so you gotta get here, you gotta live. You don't really want to produce a film or a movie or a show, but you may not have paid, your car note,
Yes. Yeah.
So I've always been solar focused in moving here on being able to settle, pay my bills, and then I felt like the rest would unfold, and it did.
Okay, all right. So, in your opinion, moving from Chicago to LA, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about LA as far as like the media goes, the TV and the film, and pretty much as I said, in your opinion, what are some of those biggest misconceptions that people have about that?
People think like LA is this. I think people think LA is as glamorous as it is on television, for one. And I think people have the myth, and I myself included, because I can remember years before moving here, watching the award shows. Like, back when I was really into award shows, I would think like, oh, I would love to work with that award show. I would love to be at the Emmys on the red carpet. I would love to be at the Oscars on the red carpet. When I get to LA, I'm gonna go do those red carpets. Then I get to LA, and I feel like what's called media credentials. Usually the Emmys, the Oscars, all those big award shows, they have a press page months in advance where you can fill out this form on their website, put in your name, your media outlet, the address, the phone number, how many badges you need, etc. And then if you're basically like a lottery, they may get thousands of requests. They may have a red carpet that fits 50 people.
Oh, wow.
So if you're getting 1,000 requests from people all over the world to come be on the red carpet, and they have to pick the top 50 people that they have room on this giant red carpet for, you think, they're gonna pick the E! Entertainment News, they're gonna pick KTLA, they're gonna pick the top ones, you see what I'm saying? So, what that let me know is I need to just work on my content after. So I spent that first year thinking like, all I had to do was get to LA. I have a show, all I have to do is just fill out the credentials and I'm gonna get there. I think the closest I came was the Oscars. Not the Oscar show.
Okay.
But the day before the Oscars, they were letting media come out. I don't know what you're gonna film the day before, but they're literally setting the red carpet up and all of this. I was so excited, like, my show is gonna be at the Oscars. I did technically get credentials, but it was not for the day of the Oscars, it was the day before, where the crew, the carpenters, other media outlets, so guess what I'm doing? I'm on the red carpet interviewing other media outlets. I'm on that, I got my Oscars badge, I see the glitz and the glam, but yeah, the myth would be that opportunities don't come as easily and quickly. Really, no matter how ready you think you are, it's a lot of people waiting in line for those same opportunities.
Okay. Well, that leads me to my next question. What advice would you give someone following in your footsteps? Like if they're gonna make the move to come out here to LA, what's the advice that you, Chundria Brownlow, would give that person?
Anybody that's coming out here, my advice would be to have thick skin, get your money together. Get that money right. I mean, I didn't come here with a whole lot of money, but I did have great support from my parents were very supportive. But if you don't have that type of support or you don't have a lot of money saved out, I mean, because we've heard the success stories of celebrities that like Taraji P. Henson, so she came out here with $700, back in the day with her son. So not that it's impossible, but my advice would be is to have a financial plan. Because we have a plan for the art. Like if you're an actor, I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna go to auditions, I'm gonna network. You have that plan. So if you're a musician, I'm just gonna play as many gigs as I can. I'm a comic. I'm gonna do as many open mics as I can. And we love our craft so much as artists. Whatever your artistry is, you love that thing. Like you could do it in your sleep. You don't have to get paid for it. You just love it. You just love it. But the one aspect that myself and a lot of other people that I've gotten to know in LA, we forget about the financial aspect. Not just I gotta get a job lined up or you forget the planning part, Where are you gonna live? How are you gonna eat?
Very key.
Like if you go to IHOP, an omelet in Chicago at IHOP is $8.99. An omelet in LA is $11.99. For that same omelet on that same menu, it's a $3 difference. You know what I'm saying? Because LA is so much more expensive. The taxes are higher. Businesses have to pay more to have that business here. So then the prices are higher. Not just businesses like, we just want to make more money. They're being charged more money, so they have to charge. They have to make the money up from somewhere. So it's like something as simple as that. Your groceries. Go to the meat department. Fish is like $8.99 a pound, But you go to Chicago or Atlanta or something like that, that same fish is $5.99 a pound. You see what I'm saying? So those are just two small gas, $2-3 more. Yeah. Why is gas $2.50 in Jacksonville, Florida, but $4.50 in LA? You see what I'm saying? So while you think that you have enough money, you'll be good, when you get to spending money just to live. Yes, that would be my advice for anybody. Keep your craft, keep your passions alive, but that financial planning. Even if you know about your mom and dad never taught you about money, do that for yourself.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna tell y'all, my wife always drops some nuggets, and she's dropping nuggets for y'all today. But I've come to my last question, babe, and my question would be, what word would you say best describe you and why?
I'm a visionary. That's my word, visionary.
Visionary? Why would you pick that word?
I feel like I've been blessed with the gift to see bigger pictures. Any art form that I've created since 2006, I saw the vision, and then I have always been very diligent about making it come to fruition. So from maybe that small talk show I had in Chicago, where it was an idea in the kitchen, to the right people coming into your world to make it pop, to interviewing Queen Latifah and Dwayne Wade and, you know, all these amazing people, to even my talk show, where it's an idea that I'm gonna start a talk show. I never started a talk show before. Columbia doesn't teach you how to start a talk show, you know? But then to have a show that's broadcasting in 60 cities. Like, how do you go from A to B? But I saw that. I knew I wanted my show on television. So that is why I feel like I'm a visionary, because I have a really awesome gift that I don't take for granted, to see ahead, to see the bigger picture. And not only do the projects that I create benefit me, they also help other people. I've created a platform for other people to have exposure. You know, I've created income opportunities for people. I've created experience for other people. So, you know, as a true visionary, I'm selfless. I don't just think about, oh, I'm gonna get myself on TV. I'm thinking about all the other people I'm a visionary, hands down.
Well, Ms. Chundria Brownlow, I could think of a word, and my word would be fantastic.
Thank you.
But it's not about me, it's about you. But I would definitely like to thank you for being a guest on my show today.
Absolutely, baby.
And, man, why don't you tell the people out there if they need to contact you, or if anybody wants to get in contact with you, or any business opportunities or what have you, how can they reach out?
Oh man, stay in tune with me. Visit my show at www.chundriashow.com, CHUNDRIA. That is my website. I'm gearing up. The show currently broadcasts in 60 U.S. cities, but very soon I'm going to cross a milestone, and I'm going to be airing in 100 U.S. cities. 100? Which is fantastic for an independently produced TV talk show. So December 7th, I'm celebrating my 38th birthday that week. My birthday's on the 11th, but on December 7th, I would like to just invite everyone out to celebrate with me 100 U.S. cities for the Chundria Show. So it's going to be lots of fun. My amazing husband, the host of Word with Ty Brownlow, is going to host the event for me. So it's going to be super, super fun. So check it out. But you can always start with ChundriaShow.com. It has all my episodes, has info about me. I'm on social media at Chundria TV, CHUNDRIA TV. So best way to stay in contact with me. So much in store for 2020. So if you're on the web, connect with me. And keep living your dreams, like whatever your dreams are, no matter who's watching this, just live your dreams in big, bright, beautiful color. It'll work out.
All right, y'all. And remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. This is Word with Ty Brownlow. We out. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of you all for coming out tonight. This means the world to Chundria and myself. We are celebrating 100 cities and also her birthday. Let's just give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. And it's 100 cities. So today it's 100. Man, we're shooting for 1,000 nationwide, global. Take it as far as possible. So once again, like, that can't happen without, you know, your support and your help, and we just thank you for that. Before I introduce the lady of the evening, let me just say a little bit about Chundria. I'm just going to tell you a quick story about how we met real quick. We met, 8 years ago? 8 years ago, we met on the set of a play, Dreamgirls, in Chicago, Illinois. Southside. Gotta put that in there. Let's say Chicago, you gotta. tell what side you're from. But no, we met on the set of a play. She had a very small role.
3 lines.
Very small role.
There's no such thing as a small role.
Oh no, play. This was a small role. This was a small role. But I worked behind the scenes, so it was very funny to me when she would go out to say her lines, but she would get nervous, and I'm like, dude, you only got 3 lines.
I was trying to maximize.
Right, but I'm like, dude, you only got 3 lines. Just go out on stage and say your 3 lines. And come on back over here, and we can just finish cracking jokes. But no, I can tell you, even then, Chundria would be sitting in the corner during rehearsal on her laptop, working away, and we will always be like, well, what is this girl doing? Why is she always on a laptop? And we would have to call her several times, come on up. But this is what she was working towards all that time, building her brand, working her show into 100 cities, and man, this being the fruit of all of that, it's just beautiful. So I can honestly say, I see you every day. I see your growth. I see how far you come, and this is just the beginning. I love you. We all love you, and we can't wait for the rest of whatever you have to offer us. So. Give it up.
A labor of love, man. I tell you, when you love, eat, sleep, and breathe something, this is all I have done is go to work, produce this show, and stay up all night editing, and then get back up and do it all over again. And I wouldn't change a thing. I grind. I emailed. I would be at work. Let me tell you this little secret. I would be at work, calling stations all over the world. Hi, you want to air my show? And I would get no's, no, we're not taking any outside producers. We only want local producers. We only want this kind of producer. Or send your stuff over, and then I wouldn't hear anything. But I followed up like a psychopath. I really was. My follow-through game is intense. My persistence is intense, and I still work to this day. You can't let it do. You gotta have 5 jobs to stay in LA. But I moved here. For those of you that are just meeting me, I'm Chundria. I moved here from Chicago. January will be 6 years that I've been here, just grinding it out. Susan is one of my first coworkers. I was still squatting on couches and getting something. And I worked with Susan, and Susan was helping me, and this lady was trying to rent me this.
Oh my God.
I won't say what is infested, but it was
right.
It was disgusting. And Susan and her daughter Morgan became one of my first camera operators when I started doing my talk show. So it's this is history. I'm in the room. I have a few former guests in the room. My friends are in the room. Chicago is in the room. So I'm just incredibly excited to celebrate this milestone. I just reached present day. I am at 105 cities. 105 cities. So I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, when you plan an event, you don't know who's gonna come. Everybody be like, I'm coming. To the day of, I'm not coming. I didn't know who was gonna be here today. But I know if it was just me and my husband and Brittany and Alyssa, I was gonna be drinking Mr. Sam's cocktails all night. Shout out to Word with Ty Brownlow. So shout out to that. So man, it's just about extending ourselves, but also inspiring others and helping others. So I'm glad to see you fruits of your labor. I'm really proud of you too. So.
First of all, I just want to say that I'm so proud of you for achieving this 100 cities. I think that you are a woman who is resilient, relentless. You have never stopped. You have never quit. And I'm so proud of you. And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything.
My name is Akira Houston, and I have had the pleasure of working with Chundria and being Chundria's friend. Being you, keep doing you, keep showing up, keep killing the game.
Shout out to Porta, bartending over there. I knew that I would be in here with the pride and esteem of hard work, dedication, sacrifice. I made a lot of sacrifice, turned down a lot of stuff, put money in, invested money back into myself, could have bought new shoes, new clothes, new hair. You know, you always want to get some new hair, but the sacrifice is what I'm most proud of, that I sacrificed so much in the 6 years that I've been here. And I attribute it to the support, the love, my family back home in Chicago, the greatest family on the planet, and to all of my friends, new friends, old friends that come here today. I mean, my heart is full when every time one of y'all cross through the threshold, like, oh my God, people. I thought we were just gonna be eating tacos for like the next 5 nights. But it worked out. Y'all take it so bad. God is generous. I'm a faithful person. I believe in life we get what we put into it, but I also believe that God is generous because I did work hard, but I feel like I am truly blessed to have the life, to live the life that I do. I could be anywhere in the world. I could be in the cold and the snow right now in Chicago. I am shout out to that. So no, I would say I attribute the 100 cities to hard work, lots of dedication, persistence. I'm a very tenacious person by nature. Like when I want something, I don't stop till I get that thing, and it paid off. So here I am. I failed. I messed up some money. I made mistakes. I had some bad shoots. I had some shoots where I didn't record any footage. I booked venues where nobody showed up. You know, people canceled. I mean, stuff happens. You know, but it never wavered my ability to like keep going. Like, okay, that happened. I'm a little salty, but I'm gonna move on. Or I wanted to film more frequently. Gotta get that budget right. Okay, I have to pay my rent, and I have to live, and I have to do things like eat and pay my cell phone bill. Like, do you need help? Do you need something? What time do you need me to be there? Jesus Christ, that is such an important question. So thank you to everybody that has helped me get to where I am today. So thank you, all of you precious people. So cheers to 100 cities.
Yes.